guys. Usual drill, please, with the microphones, and if you could give your name and organisation for the question, I appreciate it. We'll run the embargo for 10:30 this evening. Ben.
Good afternoon, Pep. Welcome back. Raheem Sterling scored twice in Bulgaria, but he was also subjected, like some of the other players, to a lot of racist abuse. How did you think he and the other England players dealt with that situation on the night?
Well, I think the UEFA may kind of step forward. No, they stopped the game twice or three times, so it's the first step. And after what happened in the future, well, we spoke many times about that, and always I had the same answer: fight every day against these kind of situations.
One of the things they as a group had to speak about was the prospect of actually walking off the pitch, which would have been very difficult as well given the score and everything. But as a manager, is that something that you would support if you were in charge of a team that was involved in such a situation with such a level of racist abuse?
Everything we're going to do, we are doing or we're going to do in the future to help, to eradicate it, so welcome. So, but the players are not alone, the manager are not alone, the clubs are not alone. Also, when everybody's involved, in the Premier League in this case, in this country, but every country, in the UEFA and FIFA, when we decide, we can do it.
Oleksandr Zinchenko had a slightly different international break. He got engaged hours after Ukraine qualified for the Euros. Has he had an extra spring in his step this week since he came back?
Well, congratulations from Alex and from his future wife.
And just finally, injuries. You said that you expected to have De Bruyne, Stones, Mendy back after the international break. Is that still what you expect? Are they fit? Have you had any problems?
Yeah, some of them are better. Kevin is back, and John training the last 2 days good. So, yeah. Mendy as well. Yeah. Mendy a little bit later, but as well, yeah.
Pep, Palace are only 2 points behind you. How impressed have you been with the way that they've started the season?
Well, I think since Roy Hodgson took over the team 3 years ago, I think so, when he took over with 0 points, and he avoided, so he helped with his staff to be relegated in Championship. So always make a really good season. So they have incredible talent players, physical, experienced guys back, and a lot of talent in the middle and up front.
Last year, in January I should say, you were 7 points behind Liverpool. What do you think that you and your team learned about holding your nerve and not panicking when you're not on top?
Every season is completely different, every situation is different. So results in right now, going or bad, not going to change any second my opinion about my team. I know exactly what we have to do to come back to be a team like we want to be. But it's the past, and now we have to be focused to try to increase our game and win games.
Pep, Simon Stone, BBC. Roy Hodgson's 72 now. Do you admire the enthusiasm he still has for the game, or is it something that you all have?
Yeah, of course, I admire him. It's because he likes, and of course there's one club who trusts him, but if he is still there, it's because he has the passion and likes. Yeah, it's incredible. Honestly, 72 years old. You have to be a lot of energy to convince the players and every day to be there, and still, he does that.
I know you're a long way off that, but can you imagine?
I said many times no.
I realise you're the manager of Manchester City, but you are also associated with Barcelona. Could you just tell us your thoughts on El Clasico being cancelled or moved?
No opinion. I don't know the reason why, so I have to ask Tebas or Federation. I don't know who decide that, or government, so I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's happened because they must be something they worry. No? But honestly, I don't know the reason why.
Hi, Pep, Don McGuinness, TalkSport. Just you mentioned obviously De Bruyne and Mendy, they're back training, but how Sergio Aguero had a little bump this week? Is there any problem with him? Is he fine?
No, the car.
He's fine?
The car is not fine, no.
But mentally he's fine, there's no problem with him?
No.
And just a word, I'm sure you've seen the festive period now, the fixture list, with what you have to do over the Christmas period, which is always a busy, busy time. Less recovery for yourselves than Liverpool. What do you think of that?
It's what it is. So since I came here, every season it happened the same. So the broadcasters are the bosses in this situation. So the concept is not about in this fixture period. So I love to play in Boxing Days, in winter time, when everybody's a stop, the families, kids, go into the stadium and enjoy the games. I like it. The problem is the same. So now Neymar is injured again after that because they travel to friendly games in Nigeria or wherever and far away and come back, and we don't protect the players. The system don't protect the players. It's too much. Honestly, it's too much. Another day we will have more, we will have more recovery than the other one. So it's what it is. So maybe the broadcasters are fans for some club, but I listen. This referee. We have to play tomorrow. So after we have meetings with the Premier League, with the managers, with the UEFA, and they are so glad. Nice pictures, good cafe. It doesn't matter. So we have to play, we're going to play.
Hola Pep, Paul Vallós. I can imagine that you are aware right now of the situation that there is in Barcelona and in Catalonia. You spoke in a public statement last Monday, but I just want to know how you lived the events that have happened the last fortnight and how you see the situation right now that affects.
Well, I know exactly today, like it's going to happen in my country, in Catalonia, how incredible the people specifically is walking from all around the Catalonia to go in after in Barcelona to give support to the 7 political prisoners and 2 social activists who were in jail more than 100 years altogether. So I think if it was not, the people was not convinced, it was not fair, millions and millions of people would not walk, to the big city from Catalonia to give support to these people, for the exiled people who cannot come back at home. So the statement it was I read from people from Catalonia, just sitting and talk, please, sitting and talk. I think the international community must help us to solve the conflict from Catalonia, Spain, and the only thing is one mediator outside to help us to sitting and talk. So this situation arrived. Sometimes it's incredible to think about that, but this situation arrived in the last nights. What happened, and personal friends that they are 9 years in a jail will be 9 years in jail to vote. So what they ask is try to vote, and the people start to going bad, and that is the situation. That's why it's not 10 people or 12 or 14. So millions of people today, like it happened for the last year specifically, going there to give support these people and their families, and hopefully, Europe make a step forward, Britain, and help us to resolve this conflict.
Hi, Pep, Enric Gil, Catalonia Radio. Following what my colleague asked you, do you think more public personalities committed to democracy, not only in Catalonia, also in important countries like England, should say something about that situation? Thank you.
I think so, honestly. But normally everyone looks his own situations, and when it no involves too much, the people look right, left. So don't. We need it. We need Europe to solve this conflict. We need Europe. I think it's arriving time. The people don't trust each other too much. Spain, Catalonia, Spain. It will be good, like someone from Europe. That's why my statement was clear. It was just sitting and talk, please, sitting and talk. So we have this ability, human beings, the animals cannot do that, but we have the ability to do that, to sit and talk and try to solve it. So, and always I will read the manifesto or whatever they ask me about defend the human rights. Here in Alsasua or in Madrid about any issue or whatever. If they need me, they can count on me to defend the human rights, always be there. Here in Arabic countries, whatever. We have to fight against racism, against discrimination of gender, discriminations, or equality between men and women. I will be there all the time, no matter where and when.